Hi, my name's Shailesh Trivedi. I'm the founder of Amati, and welcome to Amati Farms. Here we have some of the myrtle plants that we use to grow the myrtle berries that make Amati. Right now they're in a new growth phase and they're starting to produce flowers, which will in turn turn into the berries that we use. Let's take a walk. Yeah, so you can see we're flanking like all these myrtle trees, and they're just starting to put out their berries, you know, and yeah, that's what we're looking for. So in this season we'll start watering and fertilizing the plants to promote healthy berry production. And we're only in May right now, but the berries aren't going to be ready until December. So it's a long cycle of production, and we watch it very closely. Other crops that we grow here are a flower called Australian wax flower. It's native to Perth, Australia. And yeah, this farm started off as a cut flower and foliage farm, which we still do, but slowly we're transitioning to myrtle production. You can see here we have silver dollar eucalyptus that's used in the flower bouquets as well. So as most people know, Southern California is prone to drought, and we have to use our water resources very efficiently. And one of the new systems we've installed here on the farm is a soil moisture sensor-based watering system. So it actually is measuring the water in the soil right around the plant and telling the system when to water based on certain readings. And so we can really dial in our actual water need and not use more or less than needed. Here we're walking down a path that's flanked by some very mature myrtle plants. You can see some are over 8 feet tall, and they'll give us a good amount of production this season with any luck. Where we're headed is to a field that's full of brand new plants, and actually we're just gonna cut through here, right here, and here you get a glimpse of a whole new field of myrtle and all these baby plants. And actually they're gonna give us production this year, this season, but not very much. Basically grow them like hedges and give them enough space so there's airflow, and they thrive in this climate because this is a plant that is native to the Mediterranean, most notably Sardinia and Corsica. And this is a Mediterranean climate here in Southern California, and these plants are very happy here. So yeah, we're just so happy to see them thrive, especially after a wonderful year of rain that we've had this year in 2023. And yeah, it's exciting to see what comes, what kind of production we get in our next season, you know, because we want to make lots of bottles for everybody to enjoy. So this is one of the main roads through the farm. I should say the southern side of the farm. We're actually 23 acres here in Fallbrook, California, which is in northern San Diego County. And yeah, we're just, we had planted these myrtle plants along the side of the road because they were just a good way of keeping the road together. You know, before we were growing it for myrtle berries, we were growing it for foliage for the cut flower business, where they use the stems in bouquets. You can see here, if you can see up close, they're starting to produce the little flower buds right now. And so all those buds are going to turn into flowers and in turn turn into berries. This is an assortment of some of the flowers that we grow on Amati Farms, and you can see that the myrtle is included as foliage that you commonly see in some bouquets. And yeah, they all have a fragrance and you know, really a beauty that we really enjoy here. And yeah, one of our favorite things to do is go around picking flowers on the farm. So these are our storage tanks here at the top of the property, and they receive all the water that we pump into it from our wells down below. We're very fortunate to have our own water supply here, which I'm sure contributes to the flavor of our particular myrtle berry liqueur. Again, they're a very drought tolerant plant, but they do need consistent watering to produce consistent berries every year. And when we water, we actually, like we described before, we're using moisture sensors to dictate when we actually need to water and for how long. And that's all happening from these tanks using just gravity, not even power. Gravity just forces the water down into the pipes and drips the water directly to the plant. And that's all there is to it. So this is this wonderful creek that runs through the farm and is the source of our underground wells that supply the entire farm with water. And we've been really fortunate this year to have gotten a lot of rain, so our groundwater supplies have been replenished. And yeah, it's just one of my favorite areas of the property. We get to come down here and listen to the birds and hear the frogs at night. Yeah, so this is our greenhouse, and this is where we make myrtle plants. This is where we make the cuttings that turn into rooted plants. And let me show you. Basically, you see a small little plant like this will eventually become a much larger plant like this. And when they're larger like this, and you see plenty of roots, they're ready to plant in the ground. Yeah, we have plans to put in thousands more plants to keep our production growing. And yeah, it takes about a year to grow these plants. So it's a slow process, but that's what it is. So here we're just approaching our reservoir. This is a 200,000 gallon reservoir that we've constructed as a backup supply of water in case any of our wells goes dry or the pump stops working. All this water that you see here is actually captured from this year's rain. This is entirely rainwater. And so we're really pleased to have this supply to water for this season. And yeah, we have plans to make it even more sort of eco-friendly. We have plans to put a perimeter water garden that would act as a biofilter and keep the water fresh and clean and vibrant. But yeah, just another feature of this, this farm.